Good evening. We bring you the latest in the world of sports and the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Paulo Del Rosario. In tonight's game plan, we'll check in with Phoenix boys Justin Chua and Matthew Wright as they fuel up for the start of the PBA 46th season. Then it's time to be a little defensive with hotshot Cliberos Kath Arado of Petrogas and Buding Duremdes of Cherry Tigo. And we'll get inside the game of our Pinoy pride, Brandon "The Truth" Vera, as he gets set to defend his one heavyweight title this weekend. Also joining us later on in the show is my co-host Laura Liman. Now, one might say, in exaggeration, we have died every day waiting for the PBA to come back. But darling, don't be afraid, as we have loved it for 45 years. Boy, I love that writing over there. We're about to love it some more when it returns days away from the teams conducting their practices. Tonight we are joined by two of the fellows working with Coach Topex Robinson and the Phoenix Fuelmasters, Justin Chua and Matthew Wright. Guys, how are you doing? It's been a tough time, but we're getting closer to practice time, guys.
Yeah, we're really excited actually. It's been a long time na hopefully everything goes smooth sailing so we can start na talaga the season.
Well, Matt, obviously this time has been a lot of waiting, a lot of getting ready by yourself. Personally, how do you think it'll feel once you finally hit the court once again with the resumption of the practices?
I mean, it's gonna feel great. I could speak for everybody saying that everybody wants to get back on the court and just play the game that they love. It's been a long time. There's not really much to do. So people just want to get out of their house. People just want to get back into the swing of things, and I know that the fans want to definitely see us play.
Not a lot to do. You mentioned it, Matt. And just out of curiosity, I know that you guys do Zoom workouts. I know you guys try and find ways to stay fit with each other, try and stay connected. But then are there any other, I guess, hobbies or interests that you accidentally picked up during this time of waiting, Matt?
I wish I picked up on something. I'd probably become a better dishwasher, mopper. That's really about it. Diaper changer. That's what I've improved on during this pandemic.
Ikaw naman, Justin, may mga, naging plantito ka na ba? Ano nangyari sa'yo?
Wala naman. Still the same as last year when we had the pandemic also. Just playing video games at home after working out. It's the same routine lang kasi can't really go anywhere naman. So just trying to stay in shape. Really excited lang talaga to start again na.
Well, this team is a lot different from what we've seen last time around. A lot of movement, a lot of changes. Your backcourt has improved. Your front court, you could also argue, has improved. Justin, your position in particular, yung depth nyo, biglang, it's a lot deeper than what it used to be. How do you feel about yung rotation nyo ngayon?
I'm excited actually kasi I want to see how I blend in then with the new guys, diba? Siyempre, nawala sa amin si Calvin, si Kuya JR, si Dave. So lahat ng big man halos bago. So we'll see. I'll try to help them also get acquainted to the system faster. So yun, can't wait na to start practice para maano na rin yung chemistry din namin.
Matt, working with a different guard this time around, obviously Chris Banchero, great playmaker, great moving things around. How do you feel, how excited are you to get that chemistry going once you hit the floor?
I'm very excited. I think that Chris was a huge pickup for us. Obviously, we lost, some key guys, as Justin mentioned, but, from the guards' perspective, I think that Chris can, he's just a dynamic player. He pushes the ball, and that's something we need. He's a great defender as well. So I've already spoken to him. I've told him, we've communicated on what we both wanted to accomplish, and he's on board. And I think he's going to be great for our team.
How has the first few messages between the both of you, how has that gone, and how do you see yourselves at growing as a partnership in the backcourt for Phoenix?
The first thing I mentioned to him was, I'm just happy that you don't have to guard me anymore because he was usually tasked with, when he was on Magnolia, even on Alaska, he was the one who was guarding me full court, being very physical. He was always in great shape. So, he's strong, he's quick. So I felt firsthand, his defense, and I know how good of a defender he is. So I'm just happy that he's on my side of things now.
Justin, against Vic Manuel, siguro naman that type of matchup is not something you'd look forward to. And on the same note as Matt, how is it now knowing that Vic is now part of your team rather than you having to play him?
Actually, same kami ni Matt, pero on the other side lang. Kasi ako yung dumidepensa kay Vic lagi. So, it's really tough to guard him, lalo na nung sobrang condition siya. So, parang it's something also that I look forward to in practice to start learning stuff from him also. Siyempre, he's a veteran na rin. He's been very good in the PBA, so I'm really excited also to learn from him.
And if I'm not mistaken, Coach Topex wants him to be a bit different and actually to start shooting from beyond the arc as well. Do you think you're going to be able to give him tips on how big men can get free and get shots from beyond the arc?
Actually, to be honest, Vic knows naman how to do it. It's about the opportunity lang talaga na it came from the teams he played before. Parang siguro hindi siya masyado pinapayagan. Pero when we were practicing yung 5-on-0 before nag-lockdown ulit, makikita mo naman na sanay siya tumira 3 points, like marunong siya pumosisyon. So I think it's just a habit that he has to learn. Like what I did also last conference, I wasn't shooting threes and then biglang puro 3 points na yung attempt ko. So it's gonna be a process also, but I think he's gonna be fine naman.
Well, Matt, this is a team that is not afraid to launch the three. And if you see any of the big men out there not shooting open three-pointers, do you kind of get on them and trying to encourage them? Because I know you're not shy about shooting, and I was wondering whether or not you try and encourage them in that same way.
You can ask Justin.
He would always yell at me if I don't shoot.
Ano sinasabi niya, Justin?
Sayang daw assist niya. Yun lang.
But
I mean, all jokes aside, like I know I can be very hard on my teammates sometimes. Justin can attest to that. But if Justin knows that I'm hard, especially on Justin for a reason, because I know that I even knew before he was even allowed to shoot 3-pointers that he could make threes. So just the fact that this was really the first year that he's been allowed to shoot threes and he shot the ball at such a high clip last conference is very exciting to see. Because they can only improve more. And just like what Justin said earlier, Vic, I know he doesn't shoot a lot of threes when he was in Alaska, but he can make them. Mm-hmm. And I think that now Coach Topex has this magic power that he gives people confidence, and doesn't even help them out in terms of their shooting or anything like that. He just believes in them and makes the person believe in themselves, and it's been working. So once he gives Vic that green light, I think you're going to see Vic extend his range a little bit, and it's going to be exciting.
You mentioned being hard on the big men out there and being hard on your teammates, but I was wondering whether or not you're a bit nicer maybe to the rookies or maybe a bit harder on them. I'm going to let Justin answer this. Can you describe Matt's leadership to the rookies?
Well, kasi hindi pa masyadong nakikita kasi hiwalay-hiwalay kami ng groups with the rookies now. So parang I don't really see him yelling at the kids for now. So let's see when practice starts. I guess when yung buo na yung team, we'll see how it goes. Pero for the last year kasi we didn't have a rookie if I remember correctly. So I haven't really seen it. But Matt's okay. He doesn't bite.
He doesn't bite, at least yet, from what we know so far.
But he'll probably expect a lot from you. Lalo na if he knows na, di ba, you're talented and all, he knows what you can do. So he always expects the best. Yeah.
I know that you guys have championship aspirations no matter what, especially with the additions that you have. And you have new blood, you have veteran leadership added on both in the front court and the back court. Matt, do you feel that what we saw last time in the bubble was just a taste of what you guys can do, and now that you guys have better preparation, hopefully better preparation going into the next season, that we're going to see possibly an even better Phoenix side?
that's the goal. I hope that last conference was like a precursor to what we can potentially accomplish as a team. Like what you said, it was kind of a shotgun season, very rushed, very little planning, not just for our team, but for all 12 teams in the PBA. So everybody can use that excuse. But we feel that a couple of more conferences under our belt with this coaching staff, with the new system that we have, the new personnel, we feel like we can definitely compete with the big boys of the league, and I think we showed the last conference.
You know, we are all excited for the PBA to return, and hopefully we will be able to hear Matt screaming at Justin that when he doesn't shoot live at the venue very, very soon.
You will. You probably won't, because I'll probably shoot it every time, so you probably won't.
All right.
I'll have to yell at Justin for shooting too many threes at this point.
Yeah, but yeah, it's too much.
That's a better problem. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us, and we hope to have you again soon.
All right, thank you.
Now, when we return, we're going to go on the defensive end with Petrogas Angels, Kath, Arado, and Cherry Tigo crossovers Buding Duremdes. Keep it here. You're watching The Game.
You're watching The Game. I'm Laura Liman. In the game of volleyball, liberos are the backbone of every squad's floor defense since they've officially been added into the sport more than 2 decades ago. Now, rolling around with their momentum, these ball sweepers make sure that no ball drops on the floor, while flawlessly passing it on to their setters in the most stable way. Now, the ever-reliable Kath Arado of the Petrogas Angels and the energetic Buding Duremdes of the Cherry Tigo Crossovers are 2 liberos who embody the role of the defensive generals of the backcourt. Tonight, these 2 iconic liberos of the upcoming Premier Volleyball League join us to face off and share their excitement in seeing each other once again inside the court. Kath, Buding, welcome to the game.
Hello po, good evening po.
Hi guys, good evening. Okay, unang-una, kamusta naman kayo? It's been a while. How's life treating you during this quarantine? Buding, narinig ko na you were trying to go home to the province before, pero na-stuck ka ata sa Manila, tama ba?
Sa Pampanga po, 2 months.
Na-stuck ka doon? Buding? All right, well, I think we might have lost Buding for a while. But Kath, are you there?
Yes po.
Okay, what about you? How are you, Kath?
Ito po, nagtitraining pa din, I mean, kahit pa paano, nakaka-adjust na sa parang home workout, ganun, Zoom workout with the team.
Well, Kath, obviously, yung mga home workout, nothing like being on the court, nothing like
Yes.
being with your teammates. And I'm not sure, did you get a chance na bago mag-lockdown ulit to actually be with your teammates at any point during this pandemic?
Yes po, before po nag-lockdown, nakapag-training po kami sa court sa San Juan. 2 weeks po kaming pero small group lang siya. So kasama ko is yung mga libero lang. Kasi hinati kami ng per position kasi bawal nga po yung 5 person above. So kami lang libero, and then parang last training namin before lockdown, kasama ko yung setters. So yun, sila pa lang po yung nakakasama ko with the team, and then other coaches.
And Kath, a while ago we had Buding on and we were supposed to ask you guys about each other. But now that she's not here, would you like to describe her for our audience members? What is she like as a friend and as a teammate?
Feeling ko naman po alam na po ng lahat na sobrang kwela po talaga ni Buding. Kasi nakasama ko siya sa Under 19, 2016. Parang medyo short time lang yung kasama namin doon. Pero sobrang naging close ko si Buding. Kasi syempre, parang hindi naman nagkakalayo yung language namin kasi nakakaintindi din naman ng Bisaya si Buding. So, ang saya talaga sama ni Buding sa court and sa labas ng court. I mean, hindi siya mahirap i-approach kasi siya mismo nag-a-approach na sa teammates niya. Kaya ang daming may gusto kay Buding, ang daming friends ni Buding. Dahil yun nga, mabait na tao din kasi si Buding.
Well, actually, nakita nga namin sa photos sa sobrang siya yung nag-a-approach, she approached you sa locker room nyo sa UE dati.
Yes po, opo. Ganun talaga siya kasi hindi talaga nakakalimot si Buding.
Well, paano yan nagsimula, yung friendship nyo? Kasi I guess some people might be surprised that apart from yung time nyo in that national team, that youth team, you weren't really teammates anywhere else Pero paano yan nagsimula?
Actually po, nung college days ko, since FEU and UE, malapit lang po talaga yung school. Minsan, nadadayo po kami sa may FEU kasi may tagusan, may gate doon na paglabas namin is FEU na. Yun, minsan nagkakakita kami since Bisaya din, so nagkakaintindihan. Parang say hi, and then doon talaga nag-start yung friendship namin. Doon na talaga sa Under 19 sa national team, yung nakasama ko siya. Yun talaga yung medyo matagal siya kumpara sa pag nakikita kami sa daanan or sa court.
And I think Buding is with us now. Buding, are you there?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay lang, kanina
Ayun.
na-stuck ka daw diba? So ayun, nakabalik ka na. Good.
All right, Buding. Well, nung nawala ka, Kath was describing your friendship and sabi niya, sobrang bait mo, sobrang friendly mo, bilang teammate, bilang kaibigan. So for you naman, how would you describe Kath?
Si Ate Kath, lang siya, sobrang humble niya kahit sobrang layo na nang narating niya, and syempre kahit hindi pa kami sa under 19 lang kami nag-teammates, parang hindi talaga nawala yung friendship naming dalawa every time na magkita kami on and off the court.
Well, Buding, sinabi nga ni Kath kanina na kasi magkalapit yung UE and FEU and it was easy to stick together siguro. But can you talk about the fact that medyo matagal na since that under 19 team pero hanggang ngayon, still close friends pa rin kayo?
Siyempre, siguro, kahit hindi naman kami nagkikita or andyan pa rin talaga yung friendship. Minsan, may message kami sa isa't isa, ganon.
And of course, ngayon, hindi na kayo teammates. Actually, you're always facing each other on court. Palagi kayong kalaban, no? So ano yung feeling? I mean, is it weird or awkward ba na haharap ang dating mong kaibigan or kaibigan mo? Kath?
Dating kaibigan, eh. No?
Actually po, nung UAAP days, nakalaban ko si Buding. Parang may time talaga na parang nagkakatitigan kami ni Buding, sabay tawa kami. So, parang sa amin, kahit magkalaban kami, parang feeling namin magkasama kami. At saka, pagharap ko kasi si Buding, parang may aura siya na madadala ka, yung
Oo.
pagkaingay niya, pagkaliksi niya. Kasi syempre, pag nakita mo siya naglalaro, tas nasa kabilang side ka ng court, parang pag nagdidepensa siya, nagdidepensa yung malalakas na palo, yung drop ball. So parang ikaw nagaganahan ka din kasi grabe yung intense din kasi talaga siya maglaro. So sa akin, parang kahit magkalaban kami,
Oo.
maano lang, parang masaya pa din kasi yun nga parang nandun pa rin yung friendship namin andun pa din kahit magkalaban.
Grabe. Basically, scouting report din yan on Buding, eh. Buding, ping scouting report naman kay Kath para we can find out yung mga secret din niya.
Siyempre, pag magkalaban kami, sabihin namin na, huwag ipunta kay Arado. Makukuha niya yan. Basic lang yan sa kanya. Ganon. Kasi siyempre, every time na may papalo, tapos sa kanya mapunta, siyempre, angat lagi yan. Hindi ka makakapunto sa kanya.
Ganun din.
Alright, guys.
Kaya din sa'yo.
Maraming salamat, guys. It was so nice to have you both on the show together. It's nice to know na kahit kalaban kayo, you're still very good friends off the court. So maraming salamat and best of luck during the upcoming volleyball season.
Thank you po.
All right, so
Now, after the break, we'll check in with Brandon the Truth Vera ahead of his one heavyweight title defense this weekend at one Dangal. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. Up to the world of mixed martial arts. It's been 3 years since we last saw one heavyweight champion, Brandon Vera, defend his belt, and he will once again put the nation on his back for his upcoming bout at one Dangal. Our correspondent Carlo Pamantuan caught up with the Truth to talk about his preparations and plans for the heavy-duty division in this latest edition of Inside the Game.
Brandon, we know that you are now in Singapore in your final stages of preparation for your upcoming fight. But now that it's done, what was the biggest difference you feel training in Sanford MMA in Florida?
Man, nakakaiba talaga. Nakakanibago. It's because we moved to the Philippines maybe 3.5, maybe 4. I don't even know how long ago. Maybe 5 years, 4 years now. Now we've been there, and it's been hard to train with a team or with a squad and find coaches. And we do the best that we can. My coaches came out with me to the Philippines. One of my coaches is still in the Philippines right now, Coach George Castro. But man, when this pandemic happened, I couldn't bring anybody out to Asia. No one was coming to Asia. Kahit sa Guam, no one wanted to go to Guam. So I was at a loss. Like, anong mangyayari sa career ko? What else can I do? What do I have to do? I got in touch with Sanford, talked to Anga, talked to Martin, talked to Coach Henry, and they welcomed me in, The first couple of days, it's weird because I'm brand new into the gym with all of these amazing guys. Everybody there is top 5 in every weight class sa buong mundo in any organization. So kinakabahan din ako. But fast forward past that week, fast forward through having to move my family from Philippines to Guam to Florida, even if it's just part-time, it's like having a family. Parang part ako ng pamilya nila. Iba talaga, man. Like, it's so very comforting. Like, I haven't had this in a long time, Kuya. Like, I don't know how to explain this, and I get choked up sometimes when I talk about it, but I haven't had this in a long time, and it's very comforting. And because it's very comforting, it gave me the opportunity to push harder and go more and do things that I was uncomfortable with. And man, I have not been in shape like this, or I have not been comfortable like this. Grabe, I don't know how long it's been since I felt this good.
How does it feel to finally be back defending your World Heavyweight Championship for the Philippines? We know that you last did it way back in 2018.
You know, ang saya talaga. It's really awesome to be out and about, getting ready to defend our World Championship title. And it's a very good feeling to be able to bring light back to the Philippines again and show the people, kahit tong corona na to, kahit mahirap ang buhay, kayang-kaya pa rin natin. Kayang-kaya ng Pinoy. So for me, it's more about the title. It's more than about the title. It's about pride and showing the world that no matter how hard or what adversities are in front of you, kaya natin, we can make this happen. We're taking that belt back home. I'll bring it back to Florida so the boys can see it, then I'll drop it off in the Philippines and leave it at home.
Brandon, this fight against Arjan Bhullar has been talked about since May of last year. You said a lot of great things about him regarding his striking, his conditioning. Of course, we all know him and his technical abilities as a wrestler. But how did you train to address all of these strengths of your future opponent?
Sounds like you're asking about my training camp, so I'm not going to talk about that. So, next question. Rephrase the question.
Just a sneak peek. Wow, how did you push yourself? How many training partners did you involve in training camp just to see everything that he could possibly throw at you?
So it's different. What did I do? I went to Sanford MMA. I went to Florida. I moved my family, and we went to go train with some of the best in the world. How many training partners I had? Everybody inside Sanford MMA. Like 100 people at the gym. When we're sparring, we have to do 2 sessions. Smaller guys and then bigger guys. It's insane. I have enough people there to keep me busy and on my toes and on my P's and Q's every second of every day that I'm inside of that damn gym.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's amazing. My conditioning is on point. My training is on point. My timing is on point. My everything. I've just had so many people. I've had so many people to train with. I've been blessed with so many training partners. Man, everybody was getting ready. And listen, it just happened so that everyone that was training there was getting ready for their own competition and their own fight. It was perfect timing. It was perfect time. When I first showed up, I was getting my ass kicked by everybody. Such good shape. Everybody's ready to go fight. So I show up, I'm getting beat up every day. Iniisip ko nga, should I still be doing this? Kaya ko pa rin to? Man. So yeah, kaya.
Brandon, the heavyweight division of One Championship has been one to watch with the likes of Amir Aligbari, of course, Omar Kane, Kang Jo-won, to name a few in contention.
Big rug.
Yep, of course. Are you planning out, the next few years of the Brandon Vera era?
I got goosebumps because you said that. Yeah. A lot of people have been talking and saying, oh, Brandon's getting old. Ay, nako, just quit. Let us fight. Nah, God. Not old. I still have plenty of years to do this. And me going to Sanford and finding this new, I don't know how to explain it, kuya. Like parang bago ulit. I feel like I just started training again, like I just started fighting again, like I just got my foot into the door of this sport again. That's how I feel inside. I feel like a little kid running around dancing right now. So I am planning out the next couple of years of our career. I'm focused. Oh yeah, right after this one, knock on wood, everything goes well, no injuries, no nothing. We're going again ASAP. And then after that, ASAP again. I'm coming for all of you. All of you who signed to one championship. You don't need to call me. You don't need to call me out. I'm going to see you. We're going to see each other real soon.
For this upcoming performance of yours, for this upcoming fight, is there a statement that you want to make for yourself and for the rest of the Philippines?
My statement for the Philippines. Gusto ko lang pakita kahit anong kailangan daanan, kayang-kaya natin. Doesn't matter the road, doesn't matter the journey. Kayang-kaya natin. Hindi lang kaya. We can be amazing if we decide to put our mind to it. And I know it seems like a simple message, but during this Corona time, a lot of people forgot that, Kuya. A lot of people forgot that if you just put your mind to something and go hard, you can make things work. And I think the reason why people forgot is because they can't go. Everybody's on pause. Just because we're on pause doesn't mean your mind has to change. Keep your mind sharp. Let's stay together. Let's get through this. And we're going to make this happen. Kaya-kaya natin na to. That's the message I want to give to the entire world, but especially for our fellow Pinoys. Yeah.
Catch the explosive One Dangal card live at May 15, 6 p.m. on One Sports, and then encore on May 16, 12 a.m. on TV5. Thank you for watching. I'm Laura Lima.
And I'm Paulo Del Rosario. This is The Game.